Archangel Michael says, this message has reached you not by chance, but by divine arrangement. There is a stirring in the unseen realm, an energy, a pulse, that has been radiating silently toward you for days. A person who fell in love with you is not over you, no matter how much silence fills the air between your names. They've held back the truth in their heart for too long, afraid their confession might break more than it could fix. Yet something you did recently, even if unknowingly, woke them up from the denial they buried themselves in. They saw something, a smile, a picture, a post, a shared memory, and their breath caught in their chest. Now they're on the edge of a decision, trembling between fear and hope, wondering if it's too late or right on time. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Archangel Michael says, this person once dreamed of a life where your laughter filled the rooms of their days. Even when they were far from you physically, emotionally, or spiritually, the thread between your souls never snapped. They may have spoken with others, lived life as though they had moved on, but they never truly did. In fact, someone recently mentioned your name in a place they didn't expect, and their reaction shocked even themselves. They played it off, acted casual, but inside, it felt like lightning had struck their chest. They remembered everything, your voice, the way you once looked at them, the last moment you touched. And now, they're sitting in a silence that speaks louder than any crowd ever could. Type Amen to get blessing 777. This is not a coincidence, you're seeing this because that same person sent out a spiritual cry. It wasn't a prayer in words, but an ache, a vibration that reached across the universe. Your soul heard it first before your eyes found this message. They wonder if you've forgotten them, or worse, replaced them. But what they don't realize is that the connection you both shared wasn't just a moment, it was marked. Marked by energy, by divine timing, and by something even they can't comprehend. And now, the winds are turning again, guiding your attention back toward something unresolved. Type Amen to get blessing 921. They tried writing something to you, maybe even drafted it multiple times, but never pressed send. Fear held their fingers hostage, and uncertainty buried their courage. Still, those unsent messages remain, heavy in their inbox and in their heart. They talk to someone about you, a trusted friend, maybe a sibling, maybe just the sky. They ask what it would take to return to your life without breaking you apart again. You see, they're not just haunted by their feelings, but by the regret of not doing things right the first time. And now, every dream they have, you're in it, uninvited but always welcome. Type Amen to get blessing 648. Your name recently showed up in their life again. On paper, in a digital suggestion, maybe through someone else's lips. It stopped them cold in their tracks. For a moment, they were back in the moment they first realized they were falling for you. They kept this secret longer than they intended. There were moments they almost confessed but swallowed it at the last second. But now, the weight of not speaking is heavier than the fear of speaking. The silence between you is deafening, yet filled with spiritual thunder. Type Amen to get blessing 844. They've seen someone get too close to you recently, and jealousy cut deeper than they expected. It wasn't the toxic kind, it was the kind that made them realize what they truly lost. They had to sit with the reality that someone else might hold the heart they once ignored or feared. Their tears have been quiet. Their grief is internal. But their intention now is louder than ever. They want to make it right, but don't know how to open the door again. Type Amen to get blessing 505. Someone tried to convince them to forget you, to let go. They even attempted to listen, to erase you from their memory. But the universe kept redirecting them, songs, dreams, strangers, your name etched in time. They remember how you laughed at small things. How you worried about the future. How you believed in them more than they believed in themselves. And now they feel like they betrayed a miracle. Type Amen to get blessing 118. They wanted to find success, thinking it would fill the hole your absence left. But even the applause of the world couldn't quiet the yearning for your presence. Fame, status, distractions, they all came and went, but your memory remained. Their heart carries a timestamp only you can decode. They visit places you once walked, and wonder if you left any part of yourself behind. Maybe a whisper in the wind. Maybe a trace in a cafe chair where you once smiled across a table. Type Amen to get blessing 272. You may have noticed unusual signs lately, synchronicities, familiar scents, a name that pops up repeatedly. It's not paranoia, it's resonance. Your souls are still tuning forks for each other's frequencies. They've been praying for guidance. Not to force a reunion, but to understand the lesson your absence was teaching them. They've become humble in your silence. They've grown, and now they want to come as someone worthy. Type Amen to get blessing 949. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Someone who knows them well suspects they're still in love with you. They tried to deny it, even got angry at the accusation. But their reaction gave it away, it always does. They still keep something of yours, even if it's just a photo or a piece of memory they pretend to have forgotten. They stare at it when no one's watching. They speak to it when the loneliness becomes unbearable. They believe somehow, someway, you still feel their energy. Type Amen to get blessing 341. They dreamt of you recently, not once but several nights in a row. In those dreams, you weren't angry. You were radiant, like peace. Wrapped in human form. It gave them hope. Hope that healing was still possible. That redemption could still wear your name. That maybe the next chapter hasn't been written yet. Type Amen to get blessing 602. Archangel Michael says, your spirit has always been guided and protected through this journey. This person may have hurt you, abandoned you, or misread your value before. But they are no longer the same soul that once left you aching. They're now someone who understands what it means to lose a divine connection. And they're willing to face the fire just to feel your warmth one more time. They may not know how this story ends, but they know they don't want it to end without one more attempt. The decision will come soon, a message, a knock, a moment that shifts everything. Type Amen to get blessing 177. They've watched you from a distance, not in a haunting way, but in reverence. Your growth has been their mirror. Your strength has become their silent inspiration. They want to say sorry, not just with words but with changed behavior. They want to speak your name without guilt trailing behind it. They want to be seen by you again, not as a ghost from your past, but as a future you can trust. But first, they must come clean with themselves. Type Amen to get blessing 426. You may feel sudden shifts in your emotions, like waves from nowhere. That's their energy reaching out. Not manipulative, not desperate, just longing, just real. There's a moment approaching, and it may come faster than expected. A meeting. A call. An eye-to-eye confrontation that will change the air between you. Type Amen to get blessing 330. The pain they caused you was never what they intended. Their own wounds made them push you away before they even gave you a chance to hold them. Now, they're ready to open that door again. Whether you walk in or not, they want to give you closure, peace, and the truth they were too weak to share. They want you to know. You were never just someone they knew, you were the one. And now, if destiny allows, they want to rewrite the ending. With truth. With love. With you. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They've rehearsed what they want to say to you at least 100 times. Each version is different, some poetic, some plain, all raw and aching. But no script ever feels strong enough to carry the weight of their remorse and the depth of their emotion. Every time your name passes their lips in private, it comes with a sigh. They don't know what you've been through since the separation, but they pray you found joy. Still, they wonder if there's a part of your heart that still beats in rhythm with theirs. And the thought of being forgotten by you both terrifies and humbles them. Type Amen to get blessing 712. They asked someone recently about your life. Pretending they were just curious. But the moment they heard even a small update, their entire body reacted like it was still in love. They thought time would cure them of you. But time, turned into proof that love wasn't a moment, it was a soul memory. Now they realize they didn't just fall in love with you, they rose with you, breathed through you, became better near you. And your absence became the measure of their soul's emptiness. Type Amen to get blessing 404. There's an item they still keep, a shirt, a letter, maybe a song saved on their playlist. It's their quiet proof that your existence wasn't a dream. It's the one thing they haven't had the courage to delete. They tried dating others. Tried laughing with someone new. But the comparisons betrayed their heart every single time. No one moved their soul the way you did by simply being yourself. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Archangel Michael says, the divine clock is ticking again, and your hearts are being pulled by an unseen tide. This is not for confusion but for confirmation. Confirmation that something left undone still calls for attention. Their family may not understand. Their friends may tell them to move on. But their spirit resists any attempt to forget you. Because when a soul touches a soul, the imprint never fades. Type Amen to get blessing 563. They wonder if you've built walls too high for them to ever climb again. But even if they must bleed on every brick, they're willing to try. They want to meet you at your healed version, not your broken one. This time, they're not coming to take. They're coming to give. Give honesty, give support, give the love they held back like a prisoner. This time, they're ready to show up as someone who understands the weight of love. Type Amen to get blessing 376. The universe has tested them with your silence. And they failed at first, reacting with pride and distance. But now, they kneel, humbled by the absence that became louder than any argument ever was. They've gone back to where you met, retraced the steps of the moments you laughed. They sit there now, more often than not, hoping that maybe you'll return to the same place too. Not by plan, but by destiny. And if you do, they'll take that as a sign to never let you slip through their fingers again. Type Amen to get blessing 289. They spoke to someone about writing you a letter. Not just a message, but something sacred, inked, felt, tangible. They want to pour out everything they were too afraid to say when it mattered most. That letter may already be written. It may be folded under their pillow, or saved in their drawer, waiting for the right moment. All they're waiting for is one more sign from the universe that you're open to receive it. And this message you're reading now might be that sign. Type Amen to get blessing 888. They still remember the small things, how you like your food, the little habits that made you unique. It's those memories that haunt them the most. Because they weren't just about love, they were about understanding. They're watching from afar, respecting your space, but hoping for an opening. They're not the same immature soul they once were. Life has humbled them. Grief has matured them. Type Amen to get blessing 911. You will start feeling waves of calmness when you think about them soon. That's because their energy is aligning to yours again. Not to disturb, but to reconnect on a level deeper than before. They want a chance to do it right this time. No secrets. No delays. No pride. They're ready to stand in truth even if it shakes. They believe something divine still binds your spirits. Type Amen to get blessing 127. Archangel Michael says, forgiveness is a powerful bridge, and it's glowing between you two now. This person knows they caused pain, and they carry the burden of that knowledge daily. They don't want to erase the past, but to redeem it. You're not the same person either. You've grown, transformed, become more discerning. And now, the decision will rest in your hands soon. When they come, it won't be in disguise. It will be with a heart stripped bare. Type Amen to get blessing 373. They may appear suddenly. At a place you least expect. The universe is orchestrating your meeting not for drama, but for truth. And when you lock eyes, even silence will feel like a full conversation. They hope that your heart, even if guarded, will hear their sincerity. That you'll sense their soul before your mind reminds you of their mistakes. And that maybe, just maybe, this story has a new beginning written between the lines of your scars. Their love never died. It simply waited. Type Amen to get blessing 414. Your energy is awakening theirs. They feel your light again, like a soft call through the fog. It's leading them to clarity they never had before. This journey was never about perfect love, it was about real love. Love that wounds, heals, grows, and finally recognizes its worth. You are that worth to them now. And they would give anything just to be allowed into your future again. Type Amen to get blessing 155. There will be a message, or a conversation, or a sign so clear it leaves no room for doubt. When it comes, remember this moment. You were chosen to receive this message because your soul is ready to decide. The person who fell in love with you has never truly stopped. They just forgot how to express it until now. They are coming, not to beg, but to confess. And what you do next will determine how this divine chapter unfolds. Type Amen to get blessing 600. Their hands may tremble when they reach out, but their heart will be steady with truth. They will not hide. They will not play games. You were, and still are, their anchor. And the time has come to either release or rebuild, with divine clarity. The one who fell in love with you still believes in your light. And very soon, you will see how powerful that love still is. Type Amen to get blessing 747. They've carried your memory like a compass in their chest, guiding them through every decision and every lonely night. Even if they appeared happy without you, it was always incomplete joy, happiness with a hollow center. The truth is, their soul has remained entangled with yours in a way they can no longer deny. They are finally ready to accept that no substitute, no distraction, and no distance has been able to sever the bond. This time, they are not looking for a fairy tale, but for something real, honest, grounded, and divinely protected. They don't want to rush in, they want to walk slowly, steadily, proving with every step that they have changed. This return isn't for closure. It's for the continuation of a love story that never truly ended. Type Amen to get blessing 212. You'll feel their energy before you hear their voice. There may be a sudden emotional wave, joy, fear, hope, washing over you at once. That's them, approaching you with trembling certainty. There's a spiritual reunion already happening in dreams, in signs, in feelings you can't explain. Your soul has been preparing for this, even while your mind doubted it. And now, the invisible thread between you is starting to pull tighter with each passing day. They are no longer running, they are on their way, slowly, but surely. Type Amen to get blessing 888. They know that words alone won't be enough this time. So they've been working quietly to align their actions with their intentions. They want to offer stability, not promises they can't keep. Their love has matured into something sacred. It no longer desires possession, it seeks understanding. They're not coming to take, they're coming to support, to honor, and to restore. This is not desperation, this is devotion returning to its rightful place. Type Amen to get blessing 644. Archangel Michael says, divine timing is now unfolding in perfect rhythm. Everything that was once delayed is being divinely realigned. What once seemed impossible is now moving into possibility. You will feel the shift soon, people will treat you differently, your aura will change, peace will begin to settle. Because their energy, once chaotic, is now calmer, aligned with truth, and drawn back to you in humility. They've let go of the version of themselves that hurt you. Now, they carry only what is pure, what is new, what is worthy of you. Type Amen to get blessing 309. This is your confirmation, you are not forgotten. You are not replaceable. You are the person they still whisper about when no one is listening. They see your face in places you've never been. They feel your voice echo in songs you never sang. They've stopped trying to silence it. Now, they're learning how to honor it. Type Amen to get blessing 551. They may not come with grand gestures. They may not have the perfect timing. But they will come with truth in their eyes and surrender in their voice. You'll know it's them because your soul will suddenly feel safe. Even if it trembles, even if it cries, it will recognize. Because the one who fell in love with you still carries your name in the most sacred corner of their heart. And now, they are being divinely led back to you. Type Amen to get blessing 190. They regret walking away from someone who saw their soul so clearly. They now understand that not everyone gets a second chance at real love. But they are still hoping, still praying, still believing in miracles. You've been patient, whether you realize it or not. You've grown strong in your waiting. And now, the reward for that patience is moving closer every hour. What's coming is not just an apology, it's a transformed heart, ready to rebuild. Type Amen to get blessing 200. They're watching from a distance, maybe not with eyes, but with heart, with spirit. Every time your energy shifts, they feel it like thunder in their soul. They know that time is running out to make things right. That's why soon, very soon, you'll see a ripple in your life. An unexpected message, a divine coincidence, a voice from the past that still feels like home. It will feel sudden, but heaven has been preparing this moment for a long time. Because real love may wander, but it never forgets its way back. Type Amen to get blessing 122. There were many nights they almost called, but fear always won. But now, love is louder than fear. And the silence between you is about to break. This isn't just about romance, this is about closure, healing, and maybe, resurrection. You both deserve clarity. You both deserve peace. And if the stars allow, maybe even a new beginning. Type Amen to get blessing 343. They know you have changed. They see your strength now. But that doesn't intimidate them, it inspires them. You've become the kind of person they always hoped to be worthy of. And now, they feel ready to rise to that level. No longer the person who left, they're returning as the one who finally understands. They want to meet you where your soul now stands, in power, in love, in truth. Type Amen to get blessing 981. If you've been feeling restless, it's because your spirit senses this coming shift. You may have sudden urges to reflect, to release, to prepare. That's no accident, it's spiritual preparation for a long-awaited encounter. Whether you choose to reopen that door is up to you. But know this, what's coming is real. Not disguised, not masked, but clear and aligned. And your heart will recognize it before your eyes do. Type Amen to get blessing 212. Archangel Michael says, this message will activate something in you. You may cry. You may smile. You may feel stillness or chaos. Whatever you feel, honor it, it is your soul responding to divine truth. The one who loved you is still loving you. And this time, they're coming back not with demands, but with devotion. They've changed, but their love for you has remained untouched by time. And now the question is not if, but when. Type Amen to get blessing 377. So if you find yourself dreaming of them again, don't brush it off. If you feel a sudden peace in your chest, don't ignore it. If you receive a message, a sign, or a memory that stirs your soul, listen. Because something greater